Let me ask you a question, Dark Arts. And in regards to you made the comment about people being hurt and trying to protect that hurt to gain leverage and control. Do you think there's ever a way for people to cultivate a healthy relationship while being hurt?
Absolutely. Relationships are about principles. Obey the principles and you'll flourish. Right? It's like sowing, it's like I don't have to be the most amazing gardener, but if I obey the principles of gardening, I plant my seed, I water it, I let the sun do what it does, add the nutrients to the ground, it gonna grow. Now, of course, I could be the best gardener if I start learning more, but the principles are always the same. So you have to obey the principles, and that will get you to where you need to get to. Right? Now, relationships are also about mirrors. When you choose somebody, it's because you saw yourself in them, and then when they chose you, it's because they saw themselves in you. So if something is failing in that relationship, I start to look at myself and go, wait, what did I see in you? And I say, okay, hold on, maybe I need to check the way I'm doing something. Because sometimes we're trying to fix the other person, and when you do that, you're missing the point. I can only fix me. I can't save you. I can only change me. You know what I'm saying to you? So follow the principles and make sure you're following those principles. And I'm telling you, bro, it becomes easier. But when we're hurt, we want to be able to assume the control of the other person again by dictating. And whenever you see those kind of relationships, we've all seen those kind of relationships. If that woman stays, she stays out of fear. That girl don't love you. And if a man stays because he's been subjected to your control, that man once he remembers he's a man and remembers that he's not a fool anymore, he wants to come out of that relationship. You know what I'm saying to you? So I think it's just following the principles. And I think sometimes people get scared about following the principles because really and truly they don't know the principles. You know what I mean? They go by what they saw their parents do. And so yeah, that's what I'd say.
And I mean, I think that goes back to earlier when I don't know who asked the question about do you consider dating someone that grew up with two parents or whatever, because the perspective is different. I forgot who asked that question, but somebody that's been in a two-parent household, they probably seen the turbulence, you know what I mean? And it doesn't scare them. Whereas somebody who hasn't seen that, all they've seen is, I don't like this, I'm out. I don't like this, I'm out. That's the perspective they have. Where, if you've seen your parents go through ups and downs, you would acknowledge that I'm not always going to be happy with this, but we're going to work through it. There is an end game, there is a goal that and we just haven't made it there yet. Or, there's been some obstacles preventing that road.
Yeah, Jay, but that's the thing. I'm gonna say it again. I know I said it a few times, but that forgiving spirit, that adaptability, and that consideration, the three things. A lot of folks are lacking big time on being forgiving. You know what I'm saying? They expect folks to show up and just do exactly what they expect them to do, or be exactly to them what they need them to be, without putting any work in, without, like, just any of those things. People just be ready to run. Like, that's why a lot of people aren't. I mean, I know the marriage rates are actually up in our community this year, but like, that's why a lot of that was dropping. Like, you can't. Folks want forgiveness, but don't give grace. You know what I mean? Like, it's a whole bunch of madness going on out here with that. Like, mm.
Yeah, that's
Let
what.
me, there is something that Sweeney, sorry about that. There is something that Doc said that I want to say that is very dangerous. If you say that a man should what do they call it, be concerned about losing his marriage, that is not a good thing. I will tell you why. If a woman senses a weakness from you, just understand every woman is not the same. Some women will sense that weakness and also help to minimize their contribution to the breakage of family. But some women, once you show that sign of, oh, no, I don't want to lose this family, so I'm going to not show certain level of control, that is the beginning of the end of that family. She will run with you, she will destroy you because she knows that you are scared to lose something. You're always going to let people understand that I can walk away. You're always going to have that leverage. I can walk away. Because if you don't do that, if you don't show them that card,
you shouldn't feel comfortable or have a desire or even a thought to walk away from a marriage. If it's just a relationship, then cool. But a marriage, both parties should have some type of fear that we can't allow for this marriage to fail. So that
I,
what you saying right now, you just kind of just spewing out anything with that. You
okay,
can't
I just said
establish
right.
marriage.
I just said right now that it comes down to the individual that you're dealing with. If you're dealing with an individual that is reasonable, right, you don't want to bring that up. But you also have to understand that there are individuals that are not reasonable. If she senses that you have such a thinking, she might work with you. She will work with you to not have a broken marriage. But some individuals will destroy you because they know, okay, you know what, you are showing a sign that okay, I don't want to walk out of this marriage. Just like some men have shown weakness to their kids, which means I don't want to lose my kids, so I want to be in this torturous marriage. And guess what the wife does? He will torture the crap out of you. He will use that child to bait you and bait the crap out of you because you have that weakness. You showed her that card that you're not willing to walk away. I don't advocate for breakage of marriage. I always say this every time. I want every marriage to remain the same, but at the same time, you are going to be a fool if you think that every woman is reasonable out there. Not every woman is reasonable.
You're not marrying every woman though. I
But
think
you might marry someone that is not reasonable. That one
we
woman might
really
not
need
be reasonable.
we need to bring back the value and the power of marriage because I hear what you're saying, and I'm reading what people are saying in the comments. I get it, and we see it because women are having divorce parties, right? So it's evident that is not valued, but that is the problem, though. You know what I'm saying? So if you marry a person that that's not willing um to do the work in order to make it last. In most cases, you see that prior to, right? And and in many cases, you could say that there's something that either that man or that woman calls for their spouse to feel that they need to or want to have a desire to get married. But I think that we need to, you know what I'm saying, continue to empower people and give them the willfulness because that's what our grandparents and great grandparents, that's how they endured the hard times that they went through in order to to remain married for 40, 50 years. So you know what I'm saying, if people should, I think that there should be a healthy level of fear of, man, if my marriage fails, one, how is this going to look on me? How is this going to look on my family? And how is that going to look as my commitment that I made before God? So I get what you're saying, but I think that what you just said is more dangerous